time has come, the walrus said. I'm getting ready to pack my pack and kind of walk through everything that I'm going to be taking with me on the long trail. I have everything laid out, organized by type, genre, category, what have you. So to start with, let's go over clothes. This right here is my hiking pants and just like a long sleeve athletic shirt that I wore last year, my hiking costume, as Gray Man calls it. This right here is the new addition to this year. So these pants are some hiking pants from Patagonia, and this is the Mountain Hardwear Crater Lake Sun Hoodie. So I do like to hike in long sleeves because I'm vampire, and also I don't want things to get on me like ticks, bugs, stuff like that. So I am going to spray all my clothes with permethrin before I leave. So this hoodie hopefully will keep the sun off the back of my neck, and still deciding between ponchos. So this is the emergency poncho, and this is like a real deal poncho, but you can see big size difference. So I think we'll probably stick with the emergency poncho and hope for the best. Right here I have some town clothes and sleeping clothes. I have a wool t-shirt, short sleeve, and a long sleeve that I'll be taking. So I got these from Quince, and so it'll be my town clothes and sleeping clothes. Probably too many clothes. We'll find out. Got some underwear, bamboo, moisture wicking, cat not included. And socks. I have some Darn Tough wool socks and the Injinji toe sock liners. Taking my buff. Moving on to this portion, we've got my field notes notebook and a pen for all the great ideas that I'm going to have out in the wilderness. So we'll see if we take that. For food, I have, I'm going to eat a Mountain House meal every night. So this will be dinner every night. So I need to pick up a few more of those. I'll be up there for about 20 days. So I know there'll be town stops in there where I can get food, but I am going to eat a Mountain House meal or a freeze-dried meal once a day for dinner. So I've got to get some of those on the way, but I'm trying to decide if I want to ship myself a box before I leave to like a hostel that I'll be staying halfway, but we'll see. I have some oatmeal packets here and bars, tuna, honey stinger bars. If you can get these, they're the bee's knees. The chocolate one is dope. So those are preferable to its counterpart, the stroopwafel. But yeah, if you ever come across these bars, they're the bomb. So get those. Peanut butter, Element, lime. Citrus salt is what it's called. This is the best. I will take no other opinions on that thought. And then coffee. So this is, I need to put this in the baggie or something. This is instant flavor infused coffee. So I'm a coffee snob, but Gray Man's like, that's heavy. You don't need that. So I said, there's some things that we sacrifice and there's some things we sacrifice for. So this is just going to be one of those things that I'm bringing with me. And these snacks are just, they're left over from a hike that we went on a few weeks ago. So throw them in there. Toilet paper, left over from that hike as well. I honestly think I stole that from Gray Man. Whoops. So for first aid, bathroom, toiletry stuff, I'm going to take a few Band-Aids. I've got these single serving. That's not what it's called, is it? Oh, maybe. Like, what is it? Hydrocortisone. And a couple of Band-Aids. I also have some Leuko tape that I'm going to wrap around my hammock spreader bar, so I can take a little bit of that with me. In the past, maybe I shouldn't say this out loud, but I have not had any issues with blisters or things like that, so hopefully that won't be an issue this time. But yeah, so we'll have to put this in like a baggie or something to condense it. I guess I could put it in this Ziploc, but we've got some tweezers and things here. So maybe we'll condense it all in this little baggie. We've got a hairbrush. So I don't really brush my hair in real life. We'll probably purge this. So I don't know. Could be a changed person out there and brush my hair. I doubt it. We've got a razor. Probably not essential, but it doesn't weigh anything. So we'll see. sunscreen, toothbrush, toothpaste, chapstick, hand sanitizer, some Pepto and Tums just in cases, honey pot wipes. I love these. This is another non-negotiable for me. You can use these, where you're supposed to, and also I can use them for wiping my face, armpits, give myself a little bird bath if I need to, So they're super, gentle. Okay, so some more food items. This is a bowl that Gray Man had. It snaps together, so I don't like to use my pot to cook anything in. I just like to use it to boil water. So we will take this Toke's pot here for boiling water, and we'll use the snap together bowl for ramen, oatmeal, things like that. So we've got this pocket rocket. One thing I have to get when I get up to Vermont is a can of fuel and get a lighter, because I can't take those on the plane. So that's something I'll have to secure once I get there. I have some extra carabiners and a knife. It's debatable whether I'm going to take the knife or not. Some Advil. I might switch that out for a leave, I do believe. A little supply of baggies for miscellaneous things. Pooper scooper. This is the Deuce number 2 trowel. And then I have the Black Diamond Spot headlamp. And some bear hanging doodads here. I've got the bear rope, and I need to get a little dog bone tag so I can hang it. So there will be some shelters that have bear boxes. I think about half of them that I have plotted out will, according to the website. Whether that's accurate or not, who's to say? But that's something I'll have to do occasionally, is hang my food. So there's my bear rock bag and my bear hang, which I've got this Hilltop Packs food bag. So I'll pack all my food in that, and that's what I'll hang. And we've got the Sea to Summit Spork long spoon ditty. And then I've got some smart water bottles. These are left over from our hike. They're fresh. I know they're 1 liter. It's too many. But I do have this little one that I'm going to take with me, just that if I want to mix things in it, like mix up instant coffee or like a protein shaker or something like that, or fancy water. But actually, no, I lied. It tastes better in this bigger bottle, which is more water. So we'll still hold on to the small one just in case I want to mix some other things. I've got this superfood smoothie mix that you can just shake with water, so we'll hold on to that. It's called Kachava. So I have some leftover fancy water from our hike that we went on a couple weeks ago, and I have 20 days, 20 elements, so we'll see if I need any more. So I might need those, might not, we'll see. I know I'm not going to be out in the middle of nowhere, and I've got, I can get more. So we've got the sit pad. I don't remember what brand it is. I think it's Nemo. I got it from REI, I do believe. So I've got that, and I have a couple of some bags, some ditty bags here. So these are some from REI. Gray Man gave me some that he had from Sea to Summit. So with this little roll top thing, it seems like they're waterproof. It doesn't say, but I think based on the way it's made, it does look a little bit waterproof to me. So I have them in a couple different sizes. We'll see if what I pack in those, doing bathroom stuff, clothes, things like that. So we use that to kind of keep some stuff together and organized. This baby, I actually won at Trail Days in a Hyperlite raffle. So this is their fanny pack, waist belt pack, whatever you folks call it. And then this is that thing you can add on a shoulder strap. It holds my phone perfectly, so we'll probably put that on and stick my phone in there. So that was super fun. I've never won anything in a raffle before. So those are coming with me. Last but not least, water filter. This is the Katadyn Be Free water filter. This system takes a little bit more time, which I don't mind. I love where you can just kind of sit down and you know, have a little forced water break. So this basically takes me like two times to fill up a liter bottle, but I do carry a lot of water with me. So that's what I've got for gear for in my pack, on my body. And let's go over here and talk sleep system. I will be using the same sleep system that I did when I went last year with Grayman. So we have the Dutchware Bridge hammock. And then that right there is my little pillow. It's a Sea to Summit inflatable pillow, but the hammock comes with a rain fly. And then this underquilt is, the brand is Jacks Are Better. So that's the underquilt. And then that's the stakes for the hammock fly. And then this puffy thing, I don't know, it's not a sleeping bag, it's a comforter. What's it called? You know, cover, quilt. Oh my God, there we go. She got it, a quilt. So, this baby is the pack I got last year when I started on the long trail with Grayman. I bought a cheap pack off Amazon and was like, if I like it, I'll upgrade. So then I won the belt and the shoulder bag. So obviously we had to get the matching bag. This is the Hyperlite Unbound 55 liter bag. I had a 40 liter bag last year and it was just, it had too many compartments, too many doodads on it, so I really didn't feel like it held a lot of stuff. This pouch, this outside pouch, like really adds a lot of real estate to your bag. And then also having the roll down top where you can just, you know, shove as much down in it, so you can roll it down if you're carrying lighter, or it'll, you know, you can pack it to the brim. So, yeah. So we're super happy with this upgrade, having this roll top bag. And then for trekking poles, I have the Black Diamond trekking poles right here. So ready to go for there. And then the only other item I haven't shown you is my shoes, though, the Topo Ultra Venture 4. So this will be the last voyage for those bad boys. So now let's pack it. I just took my everything shower, so I'll be sparkly clean for the next 24 to 48 hours. And it's all downhill, and a lot of uphill, and a lot downhill. But right now I have all of my stuff laid out. We have gone through it, and by we I mean Grayman and myself, getting rid of things that I don't need or maybe have too much of. So I ditched some clothes and things. I'll show you whatever I took out of my pack, but I'm going to pack my pack and pack everything in order, kind of talk through how I'm packing it, what I'm putting where, and all that jazz. So, start, we'll use this compactor bag to help squish down all the puffy stuff, all the quilt, underquilt, all that jazz, but then also it keeps things dry too. So, start with that. First thing, put in the quilt. So that'll be the last thing that I'll put in my sleep setup once it's put together. Pack it all in order of setup, or reverse order of setup, I guess. So over quilt, and then the under quilt. Next, I'll do the hammock itself. At this point, I like to give it a good squishing so that all the puffy stuff goes down before I start trying to shove other stuff on top of it. Okay. Next, we'll plop in fancy pillow. And then on top of that, I've got a down vest. And then I have my town clothes and my sleeping clothes in here. An extra pair of socks, toe sock liners, and wool socks. And then on top of that would come food. And electronics. So I'll put my little charging bricks and fast charger and cords on top of that. And then I have a little ditty bag for toiletry stuff. And then mush that down. So I just put my charging stuff on top, and then I roll up the compactor bag, close that up, so then all that stuff in there stays compact and dry. This is the rain fly for the hammock setup. I've shoved this into this front pouch here. So I'm gonna squish that down in there. And then on top of my sleeping stuff and my clothes, I'm gonna put my food bag. I've got about 5 days of food in here. I've got a few more Mountain House meals. I think I have about 8 or 9 to start with. I just want to make sure I have one of those. Other snacks and stuff is easier for me to get while I'm out and about. So, food. And then everything else is going to go on the outside. So I've got a few little things that I want to keep accessible, like chapstick, sunscreen, hand sanitizer, and Advil. So I've got these little pouches here on my waist belt, so I'm going to stuff this stuff in here so that I can quick access to it. Bug net for my face. Stickers. Those are little ditties. I think I'm going to keep my phone. I did end up attaching this to the shoulder strap. I didn't know if I was going to or not, but I'm going to use that to keep my phone in it so that it's right there accessible for me. And it doesn't weigh anything, so it's coming. And then I've got my cook pot and the pocket rockets down in there in these, what are they called? Microfiber towels. I'll shove that down in there. Toilet paper and water filter. I want to put those on top, even though this stuff's going to shift around throughout the day, but that'll be the last thing I shove in there. Actually, I think it is almost the last thing. I decided to get rid of the big yellow poncho and just taking the emergency poncho just in cases. I guess we'll stick this down in here. It might end up being stuck in the clothing bag at some point. I got a mug for coffee. That's non-negotiable at this point. We'll see how that transpires. Tent poles, I'm going to stick in the side here. We've got some elastic ditties. So I'm going to stick that to the front so that I can have my water bottles in the back so I can grab those easier. And hooper scooper, we're going to put in the opposite side there with the extra little bitty water bottle and one big bottle. I'll put the other big bottle over here with the tent poles, and then my hammock straps and fly stakes I'm going to put down here in this front pouch with the fly, so those will be the first things that I'll set up and put up with my hammock. Put those down there. TP. Water filter. cool thing about this pack too is that this little bottom part, like I can reach down in there and grab stuff from the bottom. So if things migrate to the bottom that I want to be able to grab onto, I can kind of go from underneath there. And then last two things I've got are flip-flops, town shoes, camp shoes. So I'm going to plop those on top. And then I've got my sit pad that I'm going to strap to the top. Give it a light squish. Put this thing right here. Oh no, I did it again. I packed the hook. Ready? What's it wave, Anna? So we took the food out, took the water out. That's where we are with the base weight. You said a deal. Food bag. She's a bit larger than necessary probably, but it's just those. Probably have 4 more Mountain House meals than I actually need, but those are not very heavy. And then just 2 1-liter bottles of water. 4 pounds 9. Oh, 8 ounces. Hello everyone. Slider has reached her destination, which is the Green Mountain House Hostel in Manchester Center, Vermont. This is the hostel that Grayman and I came off the trail last summer. So I'll be starting a day before I came off. So if I could have pushed it one more day, it would have been plumb perfect, but it's okay. I will deal with it. What are we talking about? I don't have anything to worry about right now. No thing to worry about. But I just got here about an hour ago. My buddy Stingray, who I met when I was hiking with Grayman last year, he picked me up from the airport and we, road tripped here. So it was about a 3-hour drive for us. We stopped, had some lunch, picked up some apples and a lighter as one does when they're preparing to go long distance hiking. And so now I'm here, I'm all settled in, and I love this full circle moment. And like so many little tidbits of this are full circle, where I am starting where I ended last year. I mean, that happens, right? Like you section a hike, you start where you end, that makes sense. But I'm sleeping in the same bed, the exact same bed I was in last time. I love that. I love assigned seats. I love an assigned seat. I'm sitting in the same picnic table. They probably moved the picnic table, but I'm sitting in the same place on the picnic table when I delivered my teary-eyed message about not wanting to go home last summer when I was hiking with Dad. So it's okay though. All is well. I'm back. I'm back in business. Slider's back on the trail. Well, not technically. She will be tomorrow. But she needs a good night's sleep because I was burning the midnight oil last night, getting everything buttoned up so I could leave this morning. So I've got about 2.5 hours of sleep, which is nowhere near enough. So I'm going to go to bed pretty soon. So that's full circle moment number 1. Full circle moment number 2 is that my buddy Stingray, who picked me up from the airport and dropped me off here, we actually met, cross paths twice on the trail prior to me picking him up in the parking lot when I was dropping Dad off, leaving this hostel. He was there. His uncle had come and hiked with him for a couple days, and so he was trying to get a ride into town. So my shuttle driver dropped him off, and I gave him my phone number since he was flip-flopping, so he would be coming back south. And where we live, the trail runs right through town. Not right through town, but you know what I mean. So he called me when he came back through Virginia, and I hiked a day with him, and I picked him up when he was done with his AT hike in a little bit north of Damascus. Can't remember the name of the town. There's an alpaca farm. I picked him up from an alpaca farm. So anywho, yeah, so a lot of closing loops happening, which is so exciting. I don't know, it feels good. So anyways, I'm gonna take a shower because I can, like I said, and I'm gonna eat something because I should. I don't really want to because I'm tired, but I'm gonna go to bed and we're gonna wake up tomorrow and we're gonna go hiking, y'all.